they were wondering, they're like, why is it so important to you to say that you're biracial? I'm like, because my mom's white, she's Irish Italian, and my dad's black. And I'm like, why not? Like, I actually feel like I have the best of both worlds. Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial. I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do me.
Joining us now to talk about this is Carrie Champion. She is the host of Stick to Sports, Naked with Carrie Champion, and a former ESPN anchor. Carrie, your reaction to this on Twitter caught our eye. You said in part, my dad wasn't around when I was younger. I'm still black. I wonder what you felt when you heard Sage Steele saying that.
I don't care what Carrie Champion has to say. I don't care what Jamel Hill has to say. I don't care what any of the wokesters who used to be on ESPN or on any other network have to say. Sage Steele has a right to her own opinion. So what that she spoke out on a required medical procedure that she didn't quite agree with. It's amazing that we still have to say required medical procedure because we can't say on YouTube or some other places what we're really talking about. And so what did she say to remark about Obama? The guy's not a saint. He's an ex-president. If she feels she has an opinion on what Obama is like, she can certainly speak her mind. She wasn't on air with ESPN. They have no governance over what she says off the air, so I don't understand what the problem was. But ESPN, owned by Disney, wasn't going to sit there and allow Sage Steele to ruin or impugn their woke ideology. So they decided to punish her, and she sued them.
That interview, Steele says, led to retaliation for her remark. By early October, ESPN responded, pulling Steele off the air temporarily, saying conversations with the anchor would remain private. Now, she's suing for damages and alleged violations of her civil rights. The lawsuit says her employer continued to punish Steele by removing her from prime assignments and bowed to groupthink and forced Steele to publicly apologize and suspended her for a period of time in October 2021.
And today, Sage Steele announced her settlement and that she was leaving ESPN. In a tweet she posted, she said this: "Life update. Having successfully settled my case with ESPN Disney, I have decided to leave so I can exercise my First Amendment rights more freely. I am grateful for so many wonderful experiences over the past 16 years, and I'm excited for the next chapter. Hashtag Steele Strong." And it has thus far received 2.3 million views. ESPN is nothing more than a burning husk of a network. It's not the same place that we watched sports growing up. Just last week, Diana Rossini announced that she was leaving the network, even though they offered her more money. So she joins a laundry list of ESPN employees on air talent that have recently left the network. So here on Bro Bible is a list so far of the on-air talent that they've purged. It says they let go of Susie Colbert, Mark Jackson, Steve Young, Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson, Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, Todd McShay, Matt Hasselbeck, and on and on and on. They're just cleaning house over at ESPN. But don't worry, at least they have Pat McAfee coming over to save the day. Oh, Pat, what are you doing? I can't believe Pat hitched his wagon to ESPN, but I guess for $80-90 million, it might be worth it. Hope it's guaranteed. While the exact terms of Sage Steele's settlement weren't disclosed, she did, however, turn down an offer for $500,000 back in March. Here's a story on Front Office Sports that gives a little bit more background on what's going on with Sage Steele. Go down to this highlighted paragraph. Steele has been battling with ESPN and Disney since she criticized the required medical procedure as sick and scary during a 2021 podcast interview with former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler. Remember, she wasn't even on the air with ESPN. This was a private podcast. She sued her employers in 2022, claiming she was benched for her remarks, then she was forced to apologize. Those actions violate both her contract and free speech rights, Sage Steele said in her lawsuit. Earlier this year, Steele turned down a $501,000 offer from ESPN to sell her suit. That's an odd number, but nonetheless, she turned down $500,000. Disney and ESPN clearly admit their liability by offering to pay Sage Steele more than $500,000 for taking away her right of free speech. This is what her attorney said. The offer misses the point. Disney cannot purchase their employees' constitutional rights, no matter how powerful they think they are. Steele is one of the few outspoken cultural conservatives at ESPN, and her departure again opens the network to criticism that it leans too far to the left politically. It seems that ESPN is just in a death spiral. It just keeps going and going and going down the drain. They're losing people, they're being sued, and as we know, Disney is openly trying to sell the network. They just refuse to relinquish their woke ideology and just focus on sports. So who knows if they'll be able to pull out of the tailspin. Let me know what you think. Should ESPN just stop with the woke ideology and focus specifically on sports and that's it? You mean the way they founded the network? Or are you okay with them infusing their wokeism into sports? Let me know, drop a comment, love to hear what you got to say, and I'll talk to you soon.